out in front of Earnhardt. Then Little Al, Brundle and Mark Martin battle back behind them. Now we're on the final lap. Earnhardt is chasing Darrell Waltrip. Little Al continues to watch from his position in third place.
Martin just pushed that Brundle right out. I mean, that was just high super speedway experience. Just got up and pushed it right over.
Final pass down the backstretch as Earnhardt now comes inside Waltrip. Little Al gives him a little bit of help. They come past Waltrip.
Here they come, the final maneuvers. There's only one turn and a little bit left now. It looks like Waltrip has faded from the picture.
Earnhardt leads it, but will Little Al be able to drop out of the line and pick up? They come to the trioval. The start-finish line is a bit behind that. Earnhardt widens his car out as they come into the line. Earnhardt, followed by Al Unser Jr. and then Mark Martin. And there it is. Earnhardt takes the first International Race of Champions for 1990, and the Dodges proved to be terrific.
Best super speedway race we've ever seen in the IROC series.
And as Brundle comes across, there's the white flag. One more lap to go in this round number 2 of the International Race of Champions. And Little Al is catching Emerson Fittipaldi. Let's watch Fittipaldi and Little Al as they come down toward this first turn. Little Al comes to the inside of Fittipaldi and gets past him under braking. Al Unser Jr. moves into second place. What a drive for Little Al, and you said he didn't have enough time.
The very thing that we thought was impossible, he was able to do. He was gaining a second a lap, and look at how far he's pulling ahead of Emerson right now. We have to assume that Emo's got the really bad problem to fall back that fast. But Little Al saw it, he went for it, and he got it. Second is going to be a big thing to him in the points battle.
Of course, the one thing that we didn't say is if you talk about somebody who's pretty good at saving a race car, it's Al Unser Jr., and he proved it right there.
And he's fast here at Cleveland. He always has been.
Back on the leader, making his final turns now in the east loop of this course here at the Burke Lakefront Airport. A victory in the 24-hour of Le Mans. Now he is looking at his first victory in the International Race of Champions. Rookie driver this season, his second run, and he joins that long string of names of drivers in the IROC who have won in their second start.
Two more turns and one more straightaway, Paul.
Al Unser Jr. in second place. Fittipaldi, the black car, dropped back to third. He was the early leader. A right-hand turn. Now just one more turn to go. Back to the left. The checkered flags now fly for Martin Brundle as he puts on a little showmanship there at the finish line. Martin Brundle has won here in the International Race of Champions. Al Unser Jr. comes across the line in second place. Emerson Fittipaldi is third. As they come to the line, it's the white flag that flies. Just one more lap to go in the 1990 Dodge International Race of Champions. Al Unser Jr. comes down to challenge Terry Labonte for second place. Dale Earnhardt may be on his way to a wire-to-wire win here at Michigan International Speedway, and with it, the IROC Championship. He won his first race this season in the IROC Series after 20 starts. His 18th proved to be a victory. Earnhardt still out in front of this field. Al Unser Jr. fights with Mark Martin. The battle is at the front.
You can just see how close the Dodge Daytonas are. Everybody just keeps moving around. Everything is determined by the draft and how hard the guys plan ahead of them.
Coming to the finish, it's Earnhardt, followed by Labonte. The battle is for third as Dorsey Schrader pushes his Roush teammate Mark Martin across in third as Al Unser Jr. swings down low, trying to get past, but they finish up with Dale Earnhardt as the winner in the Dodge International Race of Champions.
First one I've ever won. It feels great. It felt great to lead the whole race, and I knew we got to halfway, and we had the most bonus points for leading the most laps, and we were just trying to hang on in our train, try to win the race or run second, and we just held on all day.
The general wisdom would be that you would want to be in Bill Elliott's shoes right now, riding in second place with a chance to use a little help from Al Unser behind him and come across the line. But will Al Unser actually help Elliott? Is there a battle between the disciplines?
Elliott passed Scott Pruett right on the outside, right here, just a few laps ago.
See, Pruett made a defensive move, didn't he, Bobby? He came down as they came into that tri-oval D there. He didn't want to surrender the lead. Interesting, because he obviously has decided to stick it out in the lead as long as he can.
Well, it's good defensive driving that he did.
Scott Pruett with his final pass down the back stretch. As Scott Pruett now holding on, here is Elliott to the outside. The yellow flag flying for a moment at the start-finish line. Elliott, there is Elliott going way high. Scott Pruett continues to hold on. Scott Pruett holding on now And here comes Elliott with a charge, but it's going to be a little late as Scott Pruett, if he can protect the position to the line, the checkered flag goes to Scott Pruett, and he's picked up the win. A remarkable achievement. Scotty Pruett wins at Daytona.
As the white flag comes out, and this is the moment of truth. Mark Martin to the inside. Scott Pruett doesn't help him at all.
And both of them may suffer for the fact that they couldn't cooperate with each other, because right now Bill Elliott is ideally set behind Rusty Wallace.
Well, Sam, he can't do it. Elliott can't do it without a helper. He needed a teammate to get it done. And when they got messed up in third and fourth place there between Pruett and Martin, they just took away Elliott's chance too.
On board Bill Elliott. The closing corners of the race. Can Elliott make his move now? Can he get past Rusty Wallace? At the same time, Pruett sets up to challenge Mark Martin. Elliott looks for any place on the race course he can. He moves to the outside, moves to the inside. He's going to haul her down close to the grass to see if he can get past. But it's still Rusty Wallace that stays strong and stays in front. It's Wallace, followed by Elliott, followed by Mark Martin, and then Scott Pruett. Jeff Brabham comes across the line in 5th place.
The interesting thing, though, is that this battle for the lead in this race is also the battle for the IROC Championship lead. If the race finished in this order, Wallace would have 60 points, Elliott 54, Pruett would be third, 1 lap to go with 47. But if Elliott is able to get ahead of Wallace, then the championship will be led by Bill Elliott.
A tick under 2 miles to go. Decision time for Bill Elliott. Rusty Wallace took him way high running into 1. It forced Elliott to fall back just a little bit. Now we're watching Wallace with Elliott tacked right to his back end as they come onto the backside. The critical corners lying just ahead as Elliott still sits in 2nd place, looking for room to maneuver on Rusty Wallace. Allison Jr. is still in 3rd. Mark Martin is 4th. Jeff Bodine runs in 5th. Elliott now slides down to the inside, looking for room to navigate on Rusty Wallace as they come through the final set of corners across the entrance to pit road. And there is Elliott high, Wallace running low, and Rusty Wallace takes round 3 of the IWOC. Now Rusty Wallace looking at 3 in a row and looking at a white flag as he comes off the final corner with 1 lap to go. All of this race is now in the hands of Mark Martin. All Rusty Wallace has to do is keep it straight and safe for 1 lap, and Martin begins to close in.
Look how close he is as Coker takes it up, Harvey pushes hard as he can. Both of them have pulled away from Little Al. Looking back there to your left, that's Little Al. That shows you in just 2 laps how far they've gone. They both stayed in the little race car.
Mark Martin is right there. Both driving as hard as they can on the last lap. Barely finishing in 2nd is not good enough for Martin.
One big chance for Martin left now. Comes at the end of this straightaway. You see how close he is to Rusty Wallace. Rusty Wallace obviously driving with an eye in the rearview mirror. No shot there by Mark Martin. Now he has 1 more shot, maybe not as quite as good down at the end of this short straight. He's a little far back.
Rusty Wallace takes a nice clean line through both corners. Really doesn't find it necessary to protect his position at all. Mark Martin closes in, but can he get close enough? Rusty Wallace now working into the final corners. Allison Jr. has been separated from this fight. Mark Martin as they come heading for the final corners here at Watkins Glen, New York. And Rusty Wallace is taking a look at a championship. Well, Martin did everything he could up, over, and around the curve. Rusty Wallace is there, though, and Rusty Wallace takes the checker and the championship. Rusty Wallace has won the International Race of Champions.
I think Mark Martin is going to be known as the new road racing Charger. He did a super masterful job.
Boy, you can bet the gears are churning away. 1 lap to go in Dale Earnhardt's brain right now. What is he going to do about Ricky Rudd?
Now's the time, Paul. They have to make their decisions. All their thinking has come to an end. They have to make their move now if they're going to do it.
The final 2.5 miles, now down to 2 miles. Harry Gant looks for any help that he can get. No one seems ready to do so. Now Earnhardt looks to the inside of Ricky Rudd onto the backstretch. Allison sits back and watches both of them as they battle for the lead. Gant sits back here in 4th place. They move into the final 2 corners, back into the high bank. Look at the maneuver around. as Earnhardt tries to keep Allison in check, and Gant comes down inside Allison to the inside. Ricky Rudd is on the high side. Gant continues to move down the inside. They're nose to nose as they head for the tri-oval and the checkered flag. It's Gant and Ricky Rudd and Earnhardt moving down to the inside as they're three abreast coming across the line, and Earnhardt takes it. Earnhardt, then Gant and Ricky Rudd at the line as they hit the line three abreast.
So now working toward the white flag with Davey Allison out in front. And the time for decision has come for Dale Earnhardt as he forces his way down inside the tri-oval. Wolfs Allison up to the outside. Rusty Wallace is just behind as he picks up a toe from Wallace and then from Allison. As the white flag is already out and we are on the final lap as Earnhardt, a little bit early, has made the move. Will it pay off, or will Rusty Wallace be in the spectacular position?
And Rudd in that green car is almost where he said he wanted to be, as Wallace, who is where he wanted to be, now takes the lead.
The teamwork is gone now. As Wallace, they come down, they touch. Gant tries to move to the inside. Davy Jones forces up into the center, and Davy Jones moves into the lead. It's Gant and Earnhardt alongside as they are three abreast. This is the final corner. Davy Allison moves down to the inside. Davy Allison has it at the moment. Earnhardt runs in second place as they sprint for the line. They're still for a bit. It looks like Davy Jones almost lost it for a second there. The line is just beyond the tri-oval. Allison is out in front. Earnhardt makes his move down to the inside, and Allison just inches him out at the line.
Well, you can see teamwork went all to heck right there. Nobody cared about teamwork. They all just went like a bunch of, like I said, hogs going to slump, Paul.
Allison Jr. continuing to work with Dale Earnhardt while Jeff Brabham has nearly 2 seconds on the west of the field as he passes under the white flag with one more lap to go.
You notice Jeff is so confident by now he doesn't even do his weaving anymore.
This could be an incredible boost for Jeff Brabham's career. He has never won an IROC race. This is terrific. A big day for Jeff Brabham.
So Jeff Brabham working the final lap at Michigan International Speedway and looking for a checkered flag as Earnhardt continues to work on fourth place Harry Gant. There is no challenge at the moment to Jeff Brabham. He runs free and clear in the front of this field, barely even a battle for second place as they come to the line in the International Race of Champions, and Jeff Brabham has done it, taken his first victory in the International Race of Champions. Jeff Brabham wins it.
As they are taking a look at the white flag indicating one more lap to go. Rusty Wallace battling with Al Unser Jr. and Ricky Rudd is right in there pushing him. I would think that would be a little too risky at this point, but look at Ricky Rudd. He wants not only the championship, he wants to win this race.
Well, that ruined my prediction all to heck, Paul, because Ricky Rudd has the championship won and he's still trying to win the race.
Remember, this is Ricky Rudd's first ever IROC series. He just wanted to get into the series. Then he said he was thrilled to be a championship contender. Now it looks as if he may win the championship as he and Little Al go neck and neck down the back straight.
The rookie IROC racer Ricky Rudd battles with Al Unser Jr. as they go into the final two turns. Rusty Wallace battles with Scott Pruett. Earnhardt not a factor in the championship at this point. They come off the final corner and scream for the line. Ricky Rudd looking for racing room down low as he challenges Al Unser Jr., but Al Unser Jr. takes the win and Ricky Rudd takes the championship.
Boy, that was a good race, and my hat off to Ricky Rudd, who never quit trying, even though he had the championship won many laps back.
You see the discouragement on the face of Dale Earnhardt. Nobody to talk to. There's no radio there. There's Ricky Rudd, who has just won himself an IROC championship in his debut in IROC. What a performance.
And did it with real style.
The white flag comes out with one lap to go for Bill Elliott. Davy Jones is right behind him. Common wisdom would say that Jones is in an excellent position. But does he have the skill on a super speedway to kick around a great champion on a super speedway like Elliott?
Think of the incredible disparity in experience between Elliott, who just races here all the time, and Jones, who so rarely does. Whoa!
Davy Jones scrapes the outside of the wall but keeps going, but at the same time Davy Allison is able to close in. Elliott begins to pull away.
And that slows Davy Jones down just enough where there's nothing he can do. He's going to go back to fifth place. That's fiberglass on the fender, just barely rubbing the wall.
Davy Jones in real trouble as now he falls steadily backward and begins to battle with Rudd at the front of the field. Elliott tries to protect his position as they come to the finish. Right alongside is Davy Allison. Unser Jr. is third. Davy Jones is fourth. And we've got trouble with Alan Kulwicki as they come to the line.
One lap to go. White flag comes out. Allison with just a single lap to go. If Earnhardt wants to, now is when he will have to make that move. But will he want to? What will it matter to him? Allison with a good run here today. Battled Alan Kulwicki early on, but now runs alone at the lead.
I think you've just about answered it right there. Earnhardt is not going to be able to catch Allison. Is he really trying very hard? We really don't know because he's not running for the points anyway, Paul.
Earnhardt just climbed into the car this morning to replace Al Unser Jr. Little Al surely would like to have been in this car, but this day will belong to Davy Allison as he comes across the line in first. Earnhardt in second. In third place physically, but second in the points, Harry Gant. And here comes that battle with Fangio, looking very strong here today as he pursues Ricky Rudd.
6 cars run together as they pass under the white flag with 1 lap to go. Al Unser Jr. still out in front. Davy Allison comes up to the outside of Al Unser Jr. Earnhardt stuck back in the pack. Baldwin moving to the outside with Fangio closing up on Baldwin. It's 2 cars side by side, Allison and Al Unser Jr. as they come to the backstretch on this, the final lap.
A mix of road racers and NASCAR men.
Now watch Earnhardt. Now he's going to come out there, and if he can, if there's time enough left, which there isn't much, he'll try to bump little Al, but he's running out of time. He's not going to be able to help it.
Earnhardt tries to close in. Rudd moves in trying to help Earnhardt, but the battle is between Davy Allison and Al Unser Jr. As Al Unser Jr. comes to the high side, tries to take any help that he can away from Davy, and Davy Allison slides backwards. As now it's Earnhardt and Baldwin battling for second place, and Al Unser Jr. leads them toward the line, but can he hold on? Earnhardt makes his move down to the inside, and Al Unser Jr. holds on and wins it.
So Baldwin very much a factor at the front of the field. Earnhardt, then Mark Martin. There's the white flag. A single lap to go. Al Unser Jr. chased by Jarrett, then Kyle Petty, then Rusty Wallace. It's decision time. Earnhardt perhaps in a place that he doesn't want to be, at the front of the field. Traditionally, you wouldn't want to be. Now Mark Martin makes his move to the inside. Al Unser Jr. is down there to help. Earnhardt is on the high side all alone.
Little Al wasn't there quite fast enough to help with Mark Martin. He could have gone by to second place, but they're going to try to leave Mark squeezed back in. They were going to try to leave him out by himself. Didn't work, but now look at Al getting up.
Dale Jarrett on the charge inside of Baldwin as he moves up trying to grab third place. As Earnhardt leading Al Unser Jr. They come off the fourth and final corner here at Daytona. They head down toward the tri-oval. Earnhardt with Al Unser Jr. making a move to the inside now. But Earnhardt squeezes it all the way down on the apron. Earnhardt takes it, followed by Unser Jr. and Dale Jarrett.
As the white flag unfurls on the home stretch.
Yes, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it done. He's going to keep trying. Rusty's not a quitter by any means. But by the same token, the tires are getting worn down. They really only have about 5 or 6 really good laps on the tires. And that's the reason that you see so much passing right after the green, Paul.
Mark Martin has dominated this event in both halves of it, so to speak. What a drive.
Led the most laps. Mark Martin looks for the checker. Rusty Wallace looks for any opportunity to dart to the inside and get past. He closes in 3 and 4. The checker flies just ahead. And Mark Martin takes it. He takes his win at the International Race of Champions. Baldwin moves into second place behind Kinser. Earnhardt stays high. Little Al helps Baldwin as the white flag, 1 more lap to go, comes out.
Earnhardt's first move succeeded up to a point, but now he's lost his momentum. I'm not sure it's going to be Earnhardt's day.
The only guy that did any move right there was Baldwin. Earnhardt tried it. Little Al lost the position from it. Now the 2 of them. Little Al and Earnhardt had better team up because they only have a half a lap.
Now it's Baldwin who's looking the best, as the second group did in fact get in touch with the lead group. Look at that, right on the last lap.
Baldwin very definitely the car to watch. You ride with Jack Baldwin now. Can he score a victory here? He's in a key position. He's run a few more of these than Kinser has, but Kinser protecting the position well. Let's see as they come to the checkered flag. Kinser still holding on. Baldwin, he's looking for a racing room to the inside. Can he get the job done? No. Kinser takes the win. Steve Kinser from Sprint Car Racing takes the win with second place Jack Baldwin.
And once again, A first-time winner at Talladega. The great history of Talladega upheld by Steve Kinser. This is a place where surprises happen.
A familiar sight, Al Unser Jr. out in front. Mark Martin comfortable in second place for the moment and with the championship as the white flag for one more lap to go in this year's IROC.
Everybody will want to make their cars as wide as they can right now. So far, no bumpy.
The key is still this man, Mark Martin. You ride with the IROC champion if you can only maintain position. Here are the two guys that can change it, Earnhardt and Wallace. Wallace and Earnhardt stay in position down the backstretch. The fight's actually going to come to the line.
Little Al winning the race won't hurt Mark Martin, but Little Al wants to win the race because he can't win the championship unless all those other guys dropped out.
They stretch out, coming through 3 and 4. Turning for the line now. Wallace closes in. Earnhardt closes in just a bit. The checkered flags await Al Unser Jr. And at the same time that Al Unser Jr. takes the win, Mark Martin takes the championship. For Mark Martin, a win at Darlington and a consistent run throughout the year, and he is the IROC champion. 2.5 miles to go. Scott Pruett sits in 4th. He could influence this finish as well.
Al Jr. on the inside. Did he make his move too soon?
Keep your eye on Mark Martin in that blue car, because I think what he does next may be the key.
Might have been a little soon. Let's see. Mark Martin closes in on Earnhardt.
Here comes
Scott Pruett has no choice. He sits up behind Martin. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Al Unser Jr. comes low.
They're halfway around the lap right now.
Oh! Al Unser Jr. catches the wall. Earnhardt goes into the lead.
Some contact as Earnhardt was trying to go by Archer on the outside. Meanwhile, here they come, Scott Pruett trying to take the lead.
Yellow and checker comes out together as they cross the line with Earnhardt holding off Al Unser Jr. with his accident and Scott Pruett in second place.
View back from Mark Martin, leader of the race. Dominant power here at Darlington.
And
looking for back-to-back wins.
Not afraid, of course, to lead because there's no chance he'll be drafted as he might on the super speedway.
White flag.
1 lap to go. Mark Martin. Gordon, Schrader. Schrader can't get the run that he wants.
He just can't get that run. He's backed up to get it, but he couldn't. It looks like this is the way they're going to go.
We suggested that the complexion of the IROC series could change here at Darlington. It appears that's exactly what has happened as Mark Martin makes that final turn and comes under Doyle Ford's checkered flag and takes the win, followed by Jeff Gordon, Kenny Schrader, and Tom Kendall in 4th place.
Decision time for everybody. And look at them, they're all together.
Hold your breath and look at that crowd. They are loving this race.
Earnhardt looks to the inside and won.
Now Earnhardt, is he going to back up, try to get a run? It looks like he is backing up just a tick to get a run coming down the back straightaway.
Mark Martin looks to the inside of Pruett. Wants to see what Earnhardt's doing. Here
Went
comes
to the inside to block, and Earnhardt went on the outside. Now Pruett to the inside, 3 abreast.
Not to follow. Pruett, I thought, was going to stick with Gordon and follow him, but now he's bidding for the lead on his own.
Pruett by himself gets up very close to Earnhardt. Earnhardt close to the wall. The final corners.
Gordon fast on the low line.
And here on the inside is Jeff Gordon. They're 4 abreast coming down the line, and it looks like, who is it?
Earnhardt surging ahead.
And Earnhardt just may take it. Earnhardt just barely nips it at the line.
How can you say
Unbelievable.
It is now going to take a miracle by Mark Martin to wrest this championship from Dale. You see sitting there, obviously nursing a hope now that he might win it. A very real hope.
Final lap. Final lap is Al Unser Jr.
Dale Earnhardt could become one of 3 men to be 2-time IROC championships in a year that he might very well break Richard Petty's 7 championship string in Winston Cup.
Little contact between those 2 cars. And Earnhardt, the best news is you don't have to split this money with Childress. You know that. This is all your money. Here they come, Al Unser Jr. and Tommy Kendall down to the line. Checkered flags in the air.
Unser Jr. comes for the win. The question is Mark Martin, of course. Where can he come?
And Unser Jr. takes the win. Mark Martin is not in position to do it. There's your new champion.
I won the championship.
Did you?
You and Kendall
White flag, 1 lap to go, 2.5 miles.
Look at the cars wiggling. Look at the cars wiggling. Robbie Gordon's car was wiggling all over the place. Almost spun it right there.
Robbie Gordon drops back to third. He scrapes paint with Kendall. Earnhardt still the leader. Marlin down low behind Gordon.
Now this is what IROC racing is about.
On to the backstretch. We're setting up for a spectacular finish here. Gordon may make his move just a little too early. Let's see what happens. Kendall will decide this.
Those two cars are side by side. Earnhardt can just sit back and smile as they try to race for second place.
Coming down into the tri-oval toward the checkered flag. Dale Earnhardt leads it. Robbie Gordon pushes for second place. Gordon into second. Kendall third. Marlin fourth at the line. As the white flag comes out, 1 lap to go.
Now, if there's anything left, this is when it's going to happen. Now, they're all just about even. You've got to do some teaming up on the back straightaway. The front straightaway could still be a factor if they change. Here we are in turn 2. They start teaming up here, start going down the back straightaway. It'll be a crazy race coming to the finish line.
Down the backstretch. Boy, what are they thinking? Where will they go? What will they do? Remember, you drive this final lap off of 4 a little differently because you don't have to make turn 1 at speed. And that can make all the difference in the world. Marlin looks slow. Pruett keeps away from him. Robbie Gordon sits high. They come off of 4. Make the turn down in for the tri-oval. Pruett moves down to the inside. And Allison Jr. gets it done as he takes his 10th win in IROC competition. There's Mark Martin. He'll be looking for the white flag. 1 lap to go as he flashes across the stripe. 1.5 miles. Benson chases him. Nothing changes in the rest of the order. So Mark Martin is looking at victory here as he heads down the backstretch. That early on accident not having any impact on his run whatsoever, but having quite an impact on the points fight, as once again you see the interval. First to second place. Mark Martin makes that final turn for home. Comes down in front of the crowd here. They come to their feet. They love the run. And Mark Martin takes the win. White flag comes out this time around. 2 miles to go.
I'm not sure if Mark Martin realizes that he is going to win the championship because
no radios. They got to do the figuring on their own. They only can guess that he's got a pretty good chance because he's in front, but he doesn't really know what the points are lined up behind him.
No radios makes it nice. These guys do nothing but hard racing the entire time. No pit signals, no radio.
Well, if Johnny Benson Jr. is going to make a move, it would have to be now, and it doesn't look like he has it.
Here comes Mark Martin off turn 4. Winner and 1996 IROC champion.
Well, Mark Martin takes the win in the 4th and final round, and in doing so, he takes the IROC championship. As there's the fight for 3rd place, resolved with Robbie Gordon in 3rd, followed by Allison Jr. There's your new champion, Mark Martin, takes the IROC. They head for the white flag. 1 lap to go. Let us not forget how this has played out in the past. Here comes the move down to the inside. Mark Martin, and he dives in the 2nd spot. Here comes LaJoie. LaJoie up pushing with Earnhardt. Tommy Kendall right behind Earnhardt. Last lap of the IROC. Al Unser Jr. still the leader. The defending IROC champion, Mark Martin, is pushing him.
this might be the way it's going to end. Dale Earnhardt became side by side with someone back there, and he lost his momentum. Can he and Mark Martin hook up and do something with Allison Jr.? They've got about a quarter of a mile to do it.
Time and distance is running out if they're going to do anything. They close on him, though. A little help from Earnhardt pushes Martin.
Al Unser Jr. makes that final turn in, and he'll hold right down the middle of the circuit, and Al Unser Jr. will take his 11th IROC win and his first at Daytona.
Ready with the white flag as they come around this time, watching at the front of the field while we look back to Tommy Kendall, who tries a move. And it looks like it's going to work. 1 lap to go now. Mark Martin, the leader.
There's Robbie Gordon in second spot. What does he have? There we see the leader, Martin. Robbie Gordon, just a few car lengths. Meanwhile, the battle is back for about 5th spot.
LaJoie Labonte again. Earnhardt there, Kendall there, Jarrett there.
Actually, that's for 6th spot between LaJoie and Labonte. Meanwhile, here we come for the win.
Leaders turn for home. Robbie Gordon is not going to catch him. Mark Martin is going to take back-to-back wins. The defending IROC champion, back-to-back wins at Charlotte Motor Speedway, followed by Robbie Gordon and Jeff Gordon.
White flag comes out. 1 lap to go. They flash across the line. Mark Martin still holding on to it. Now Jeff Gordon going to try to move low. Martin, Bobby Labonte, Terry Labonte, LaJoie, and Jeff Gordon onto the backstretch.
Now the Labonte brothers back, hooked up nose tail again. Can they do anything with Mark Martin?
One more chance. If you're going to do it, now's the time. Mark Martin making that car very wide as they head into 3. Bobby Labonte looking for room. Terry Labonte closes up. They work through 3, work through 4.
And it's Mark Martin. They'll not be able to beat him the line, but which Labonte will run second?
Mark Martin's running for the checkered flag. And it's Martin, Bobby Labonte, Terry Labonte, Randy LaJoie, and Jeff Gordon. IROC round 3 is complete, and Mark Martin holds on to the points lead. So Mark Martin takes his 6th career IROC victory and his 2nd of the season. He won at Charlotte. He finished 2nd at Daytona.
Al Unser Jr., the green car, closes in behind Jarrett. White flag comes out. 1 more lap to go. Can Randy LaJoie hold on? Again, the view from Mark Martin.
Mark Martin, the 1997 IROC champion. Robbie Gordon closes, just a couple of car lengths between him and LaJoie.
Oh, is Gordon going to take it away from Randy LaJoie at the line? It is possible. They head for turn 3. Gordon with Jarrett just behind him. Jarrett closing. They work turn 3. Jarrett closes a little more. Gordon closes on LaJoie. LaJoie's got to think about being defensive here. Here comes Al Unser Jr. too, and that's exactly what Randy LaJoie does. He drives it like a great veteran. Comes down, blocks the line, takes the win. Randy LaJoie, the IROC rookie from the Busch Series, has scored the victory, and Mark Martin has taken his 3rd IROC championship. A great year for Mark Martin. The halfway point if there is rain as a problem.
Yellow flag is out for the rain that you saw just a moment ago, Paul. And we will go back to the preceding lap.
When Jeff Gordon was the leader. So if the rain hangs in here and they have to call the race, well, Burton may get robbed of a victory.
Well, there may be clouds everywhere but victory lane, because Jeff Gordon gets a kiss from his wife, Brooke. And, hey, congratulations. First win ever in the International Race of Champions, Jeff.
Mark Martin says, all I have to do is stay here for 2 more miles, and I will be the winner. Here comes Jeff Burton. Randy LaJoie. That's a battle for the 5th spot. Now, here's Unser once again. He'll go in the corner. He should let it drift up a little bit right in the middle. Try to get him a run off the corner. Try to drive under Mark Martin, but he lost valuable time.
On the final lap, Al Unser Jr. now with really only 1 chance if he can close between turn 3 and 4 and race Mark Martin to the line. Jeff Gordon unchallenged at the moment by Terry Labonte. And then Jeff Burton and Randy LaJoie. Those are the key players, top 6 positions. Here comes Al Unser Jr. Unser Jr. making his move. He comes to the high side. Cuts back in behind Mark Martin.
When he comes down to the line, it will be...
Lines it up, sits there. Mark Martin takes the win. Followed by Al Unser Jr., Jeff Gordon, Terry Labonte,
Jeff Burton and Randy LaJoie.
He looks up there to the right. Every one of those positions are critical points. 1 lap to go now. Burton leads it.
And Tony Stewart down to the inside of Mark Martin. Tony Stewart going for the lead, going for second spot. And now he's going for the lead.
Working turn 2 of the final lap, working onto the backstretch. Mark Martin comes up trying to help Burton. Tony Stewart's out there all alone, but here comes Kendall. Hopefully give him a little bit of help as they move down the backstretch. Stewart moves to 3rd place.
I thought Stewart had a great run there, not quite able to do it. Meanwhile, here comes Mark Martin and Tony Stewart. And look at Stewart keep that car on the bottom of the racetrack. Here he's going to try to take second spot away from Mark. Coming to the line, it's going to be Jeff Burton. The question, who's going to run second?
Jeff Burton crosses the stripe. I can't tell you. Looked to me like Martin may have gotten a couple of inches on Stewart. But that's a total finish for second.
White flag comes out. 2.5 miles to go. Mark Martin on his way to an IROC championship, chased by Allison Jr. Jimmy Vasser, who was the leader, has now fallen off about 200 yards.
You know, Mark Martin, today if we had a race winner and a champion, there would be 2 cars in victory lane. Mark Martin doesn't want to share that limelight with anyone. 1 car today in victory lane, the winner of the race and the winner of the 1998 IROC championship.
You know, that is cool, because I was thinking we could see history in that regard. And there have been 2 cars in victory lane at Indianapolis. Mark Martin's just about to ruin that for us. He's going to win not only the championship, but the 4th and final round of the International Race of Champions and the first run ever at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The IROC at Indy. The crowd's been waiting for it. They've been pumped up about it. It's been a great crowd here today. And Mark Martin makes history in a history-making run at Indianapolis as he takes his 4th IROC championship and 3 in a row. His 8th IROC event win. And he moves into 2nd place on the all-time list behind 2nd place Allison Jr.
6 cars in the lead draft. Adrian Fernandez and Dale Jarrett are also on the racetrack, but they're about a half a lap behind. It's going to be settled among those 6 drivers as they enter the 1st and 2nd corners for the last time.
See, Dale fell back just a little bit. Now he's going to get him a run off of 2. Here he comes. Can he make it? He tried to get a run up on Mark, but he didn't make it.
Mark blocked him coming off the corner.
And see, Bobby Labonte is not close enough to help Dale, so Mark is just sitting there in the catbird seat. It's going to come down to the wire here.
All right, here they are moving through the 3rd turn. Now corner number 4.
Dale's going to try to move Mark up. He's going to try to push him up out of the way right here.
Here they come off the corner. Earnhardt goes to the inside. The line is formed behind him. He's got the push. Here it is. Dale Earnhardt wins it. Wow, the classic Intimidator move. Just a few hundred feet from the finish line. And here we go. The shuffle is happening. Lap to go. White flag out. Let's see what happens.
Gordon wanted to get by Fernandez because he doesn't know what to do.
Mark Martin takes over the 3rd spot.
Here comes Mark. You know he knows what to do. Right now, what I think Jeff Gordon's trying to get himself in the position to be with the Winston Cup drivers. That's what he's trying to do.
Well, Kenny Breck is on his back bumper trying to come along with him. Boy, they snaked down the backstretch with everybody trying to protect his position.
Didn't even give a signal. I mean, just turned dead left.
Wallace still has the lead. Earnhardt is right on his back bumper, and Mark Martin is 3rd. Let's see what happens as they come off the banking onto the tri-oval. Who's it going to be?
It ain't over, folks, till they get way down here.
Here comes Earnhardt on the outside. They come to the line, and they're side by side. He's right up high on the track. He's got it. Earnhardt wins it.
I am telling you. You have to admit, that was a masterful job.
2 to go. 2 to go. Boy, this is one of the best IROC races here in Michigan we've seen in a long time.
It's the best one I've ever seen. I've never seen this kind of racing at Michigan.
Look at Jeff Gordon down on the inside trying to get a run.
That's what he did to Bobby Labonte earlier. He got that inside move, but Labonte came back on the outside on him.
And Jeff pushed. Now he's losing spots.
Yeah.
So it's Martin, Wallace, and Gordon behind the 2 Earnhardts. Burton and Labonte are side by side. And when they come down this time, they'll get the white flag.
Well, folks,
This is when you find out who's been fooling who.
That's right.
It's a white flag is waving.
Time to do it. 1 to go. 2 miles of competition. Dale Earnhardt. Hey, can he play the intimidator here? I don't think so.
You talking about the one in second or the one in first? Here he goes. Little E's on the inside. Junior trying to take a lead, but he pushed. Here comes Martin for second spot.
Oh, man.
Martin.
Nah, that's over now because they'll get side by side. Dale Sr. sitting up there saying, ha ha.
But Martin can't get much of a run down there on the bottom. Earnhardt Jr. looking to the inside once again as they come through the corner. Now he's going to go to the high side.
He has a run.
Jr. may have it here. He's got a good run up on top. Let's see how it goes. His final few feet. Son and father touch coming down on the line. Oh, man. Oh, man, Benny.
Wow, what a finish. What a terrific finish.
Golly, that's great. And the white flag comes out. We are not going to see a clean sweep of the IROC Series in 1999. The question is Earnhardt going to be able to hold on, or is Dave Marcus going to make a pass here and make Mark Martin the champion?
Dale says, look, buddy, you want to race again or not? Oh, man. If I stay where I am, I'm the champ. You stay where you are, you get to race again.
Here come the front runners off the second corner and down the backstretch as Mark Martin has now opened up a little bit of an advantage over Jeff Gordon. Eddie Cheever's right there, and we have a battle for fourth position. That's Rusty Wallace.
Yeah, Rusty's moved up there pretty well. On the inside of Bobby Labonte. Looks like Rusty. Well, I thought he was going to take against Bobby. Here they go through the corner side by side.
All the way through the corner and into the short chute. They go side by side. Labonte and Wallace. That's a great battle for position, but here comes Mark Martin to win the IROC race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in 1999. And let's see if Dale Earnhardt can hold that position. He will, and Dale Earnhardt wins the IROC Championship for 1999.
Wow, by 1 point over Mark Martin.
And we're on board with the champion, Dale Earnhardt.